How are we doing? Hope that we're all well. Happy Sunday evening. Thanks for catching up on replay. If you are catching up on replay, drop me a hashtag replay. Let me appreciate you for taking some time out of your day. Let me appreciate you for taking the time out of your day. My guest is good to go already. That's always a good sign. If you've seen some of the last interview sessions, you will have seen that I've had some Facebook issues. Nothing that we can't overcome, and have some great conversations, because they are definitely worth it in the end. So before I bring my guest on, I'm just going to send a couple of invites, do some introductions, and then we will get going. Let me know you're here. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Hope that we are doing well. If, as always, you are a loyal, always better than yesterday interview session watcher and listener, drop me some blue love heart emojis. Let me appreciate you. Let me just say thank you for taking the time out of your day to come join us. If this is the first time you've ever come across the Always Better Than Yesterday interview sessions, let me just say thanks for taking the time out of your day. Thank you. I hope to add you some value. These interview sessions are mainly about helping you understand the habits and the mindset behind successful and inspiring people. I like to learn about people and their mindset and what makes them. I believe that it's mindset. It's all about the mindset, because I think that the way that we think will inform the way that we act, which will inform the results that we get. So that's why mindset's so important for me. And loud and clear, thank you, Jess. Appreciate you. Good to see lots of people on. It's great to see. So yeah, I'm all about the mindset, and it's been my pleasure and honour to speak with, this will be episode 30 now, episode 30 of the Always Better Than Yesterday interview sessions. First one of 2019 as well, so say it's two landmarks. First one of 2019, it's episode 30. So I am going to bring on my guest at the moment, but for some reason it is now decided that it won't let me do that. So it's all fun and games, isn't it, Facebook? Right. It was all set up, good to go. I had an invite. Nicole, if you come off and then come back on again, hopefully it'll let me add you in. It's the invite's disappeared. So if you just jump off the stream and then come back on again, it should hopefully let me add you. Facebook, what are you doing to me? I should have brought Nicole on at the very start while I had a chance, but I wanted to do a quick introduction. Technology, exactly, my friend. Great enabler. Got to stay calm. Got to stay patient. So Nicole, if you can hear me, jump off the stream. There we go. Nicole wants to be on my video. Fantastic. Let's give this.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, that was completely pain-free. The last couple of episodes have been a nightmare trying to get my guest on. So all is looking good for 2019.
Yeah, 2019, that's why.
Absolutely. Well, could you do me the honour and the privilege of introducing your good self and telling the watchers and listeners a little bit about who you are and about you, a little bit about your story?
So welcome everybody. My name is Nicole Termin. I'm communication consultant, and that wasn't the first thing which I've done in my life, and that wasn't thing which I was born with. Like, kind of I was, but I didn't know that till last year. So I came from the background like sales, business development, career coaching, and now we are in the communication, which I'm doing over the last couple of months, but I could say communication was and is with me from good last few years. I was trying to think today for this interview when this all communication started in my life, and I was back till when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
When I was putting at my school first for some public speaking thing where I needed to communicate with the audience, slightly bigger, being 10 years old, because my maths teacher decided to put me through the competition, which I didn't have, I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
So it's all about, my work is all about communication. I believe when people know how to talk to each other, if they know how to talk to each other, we will avoid so many arguments and so many weird situations which we have on daily basis, especially like in business or in relationships, because that's another big piece of myth which most of us should work on, because if we don't know how to communicate in relation, that's when we have later divorces, breakups, and this all not nice things. So that's shortly about me. I don't know if there are any questions to me in terms of going deeper in my history, but generally I'm glad that Trent invited me here, because we had a chat a few weeks ago about it, about what we've done and where we came from. And his idea of being always better than yesterday is just something which I'm living daily, not even realizing it, and seeing his post somewhere on Instagram, I think it was like, oh, that's actually like my life daily. It's nice that someone is putting this to the wording and showing to the world that it's possible, because it is. And we're showing here this all.
Thank you. Well, that's a great introduction. It's really, really great to have you here. And yeah, we connected via Instagram, didn't we? And I've always been inspired by your content. I've always been an admirer of the things that you put out. So it's going to be really good just to dig into a little bit more about that now, and get to know you a bit better, and also share that with the people that are coming in. I guess, where are you from? Where are you from in the world?
So I'm from Poland. Now I'm based in UK, but I could say like I'm so living around, because I left before in Spain as well. We had some episode of being a few weeks in States, so I don't like to say like I'm definitely coming from Poland. I was born there, but I don't feel like I'm fully from Poland anymore, because if you are not in some country, I'm not in Poland now 4.5 years. So if you are not in this country, like you still got this culture inside you, but you cannot say you are fully there, because you're not. So I would say like I'm from Europe, Europe now, and all my actions are based not just on English market, but it's all based like more internationally, wherever I'm based, wherever everything what I'm doing there is, because I'm working fully online, so it's not problem of being somewhere else.
What's that like then? What's that like to go from somewhere that people they go to the same place of work every day? What's it like being transitioning to being able to work from wherever in the world?
So generally, it's not easy. Like I've tried last year, first time for a month, and it's not easy. Like generally working for yourself, people think it's really easy thing to do, but generally it is like, if you don't work, you don't have food for like money for food. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you want it or not, you need to move yourself out. Like the fun fact was, when I work in a business, I like normally you start 8, 9, and you need to wake up, like depend how long you need to travel, like 1 hour before, 2 hours before, it really depends. When I work for myself, or when even we are traveling and we are on holidays, I'm still working, because I enjoy it. I like what I'm doing. So why should I take holidays from something that I enjoy? I don't even treat it as fully as a work, to be honest, because like I really do enjoy it. So I can wake up at like 7 a.m. without any like alarm, nothing. And I'm not morning person at all. So it's kind of like you just wake up because you have things to do, and you just plan your day. And I could say even you end up working much more hours than you actually work working for someone, because it's never stopping. It's like, okay, it's midnight and you need to finish something. You need to finish something. There is nobody else to do it for you, and you just go with it. And it could be good side that you can do wherever you want, but the downside is like you are constantly working. So now this year I'm working on having some days off, because it's not healthy when you constantly work, and just to put more attention to my health and have some kind of balance, if possible, to balance all this what I'm doing. So,
what helps you pay attention? What helps you?
Pay attention. So I teach myself to work through some timing. So I work, let's say, full hour, and I have 10 minutes break. I got another full hour and another 10 minutes break. So I'm working in sequences of some hours. I don't believe like constantly working 5-6 hours. It's just not me. I could not do it, because later, oh, Instagram, oh, nice post. And 2 hours later you wake up like, oh my God. The same with like wherever I'm going online, wherever I'm checking Instagram or Facebook, that's what I'm working as well. When I'm working on some big project, like right now I'm working on some big project, so I need to make sure I don't put my time where I don't need to.
Yeah.
So I put off all my notifications from Instagram, from Facebook. So even joining this live, I needed to be on Facebook because I will not get in like notification.
Yeah.
So this all little things as well. Like I'm trying not disturb myself. Oh, you're hungry, just move out from your desk and just get some food. Or I'm not trying to do both, so working and having food on side, because you're not fully concentrate on something. So when I commit, okay, this is the hour when I'm fully working on something, you're fully working on it. And the same, I got a plan what I need to do daily. Like I'm a planning freak. I need to have plans. So when I see all is done from the list for today, that's done. And if I have more energy and if I want to do more, I'm doing more. If I don't, that's fine. I'm done for the day. Because before I had this like, oh, I've done this. Oh, I can do 5 things more, which is not healthy, because, okay, you've done what you should do. And now you can have a rest. You can have time for yourself. You can reflect. You can read some nice book, do something, watch movie. So that's how I'm working. Still trying to balance it, because sometimes, when it's so much things, it's just like, what to do now? But it's still, I think we go through this all and learning how to adapt to this, because work is increasing, it's not decreasing. So
What you kind of described to me, it sounds like you're working with purpose, and I talk a lot about purpose through coaching and helping people find and discover purpose, whether it be a team or an individual. Is that a concept that you're familiar with? Would you say that you've got a lot of purpose in what you do?
I definitely do. Like, I'm one of these people who will not do something if I don't see like higher vision in this. So if I don't have this purpose which you're mentioning, I would not do it, just because I cannot force myself for something. I need to believe in this. I need to see results in this first on myself. So when I started to see results in terms of communication and before career coaching or in sales, I needed to believe in it. As soon as I believe it, that's what I always say, as soon as you believe and you got like higher vision and it could be helpful, and you start to share the area around, like the idea around for another people, and they start to be back to you and saying it's working. I think for me in my whole career, it was no better time when customer or even friend or someone coming back saying, Nicole, I've used it, it worked, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. And even when I did public speaking before as well. And even when you're on stage and you are sharing your purpose, sharing your idea, sharing this knowledge tools, what you have, and you see this, this, I say always you see it in the eyes, because it's always like, yeah, that's kind of like life-changing thing. And you see it from stage, you see everything. If you are on some networking event or something, just to let you know, I can see everything from stage. So you see it in people and you are like, oh, actually they are happy, they're enjoying it. And later you can see after the event, when people come over to you and say like they are thankful for sharing this all what you shared, it's like, I don't see the point of doing something without higher vision. You can do something for money, of course, you can, everybody can. But in the end of the day, maybe at some point you'll have that much money and you still will be unhappy. So sometimes most people, unfortunately, start to do some idea without getting any money for it, any penny. And I worked like that such a long time. Till time I realized, oh, actually, maybe it wasn't even me. It was people around me saying, you should really start to ask money for what you're doing, because you're giving all for free. I'm like, but it's not like I had different jobs. I was like, I'm fine in terms of money. So if I can share, if I can help, why I would not do it? So I think until today like that. Sometimes I'm sharing too much, probably. Even people write to me, why you share too much? You share so much knowledge that people get for free. Why are you even doing it? Because I can, that's first. And second, I just believe it. If I can help this one person with this one video, why I would not do it, So I think like if most people will work with passion and with bigger purpose than money, like we will have much happier environment around, because like when I check the statistics and when it's like 83% people don't like their job, it's like when we have 10 people, 8 in the room will hate the job, and it's just 2. So you can have just one person to talk to because you enjoy what you do. So it's purpose. It's one of these things. That's why when I've seen your social media and what you're doing, it's like, okay, this guy understands the idea as well in the same direction. So
My good friend from America, Jonathan Darling, he's a leadership speaker. He says money won't fill the void that purpose will. I think we both agree with that.
Exactly. Yes, we do agree. Yes.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about communication then. Why, I mean, I know you touched on it on the introduction, but just tell me again, why is communication so important to you?
So generally, it's coming out from my background because all my family, like part of my family is in sales. So it's purely based on communication, because if you don't know how to talk to people, you will not sell anything. And we had this, for some people it's weird. For me, that was amazing. We had this like family Fridays where we sit together. I remember even when I was like 7 years old, and we purely talk for Friday night. We just saying what happened in our week, with parents, with my sister, and we just share this time together. And my communication came from this, and I didn't realize it till then when I started to be in relation, and I wanted to do this kind of similar thing, and my other half, he didn't get it. Like, it's not normal, not everybody does it. So later, that was first thing when I started to realize, okay, that's kind of thing which I have naturally because I got it from my parents, I got it in my blood. So maybe other people don't have it. Maybe it's not like it is for everybody, but not everybody could have it. And later it started in business as well. I've realized that I'm kind of person, wherever I am, wherever I talk to, even like if it's CEO or if it's some first line employee, I can get really good contact and I can understand them. I can relate. We can have really nice chat. So, and they are kind of, want to open the front of me, and they sometimes share more than they should. And even in sales and business development, I had the situations that some CEO or some higher level manager, they were sharing their messages which they shouldn't share with me because that was kind of behind the scene negotiation. And I was like, okay, so that means I got some natural ability to actually get from people things to make them feel comfortable during the conversation.
What do you think that is? Have you thought about what it is that you do that's so different from everybody else?
I think I'm in the stage to finding this one thing, because I think it's not one thing. Most important for me is this openness and this. I want people relax when they are in touch with me. And this is not that I'm going to the big crowd and I'm just chatty and talking to everybody. Like, the fun fact is that I was really shy before, and I didn't understand, like, it was just something which I had and I needed to work on it. So that's why the concept of communication, I'm telling it's for everybody, because I was really shy. I could learn. My parents teach me that. So if they could teach me it, and I'm totally different now, I think moving forward, I can teach different people. And that's as well, when I did coaching, it's based on communication as well. And, sometimes we take the direction when I thought like coaching was my thing. But actually the part which I most enjoy in the coaching was the communication bit. And when I help people to go through their barriers when they needed to go to job interview or something. So that was the part when was purely based on communication and purely on this, that what's in their mind, what sometimes they doing or which mistakes they does that other side don't want to listen to them anymore because it's enough. So, so that was so many little pieces. It wasn't like one day I woke up and I was I'm gonna be communicator. No, it wasn't like that, and it's never like that. So if you hear these old stories, I just woke up one day and I just felt the purpose. No, it was work through the years and work through the many ups and downs to understand, okay, why you are really on this world. Because I ask myself this question over the last 3 years many times in the day, saying like, okay, why are you here? Why you got this opportunity to be alive, and what do you want to do with it? So that's where all communication bit came, and all my backgrounds, all the jobs which I've done, most of them were based on communication and building the relation, keeping the relations. I did struggle with many relations, not like man-woman relations, but like even friendship relations. And I needed to get my lesson, put it all together, and understood, okay, what needs to be improved, which mistakes I've done, so other people don't need to do them anymore.
Have you got a few examples?
You just got me now. I'm like, like when you had this many examples, and when you ask the questions, like, oh my God, which example I can give? I will be back to it. So let me just think.
So
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about helping develop the next generation of leaders, and I think for a leader to be able to communicate is obviously vital. How would what advice would you give to a developing leader that wants to improve their communication?
First, learn how to listen, and don't be afraid of asking questions.
Yeah.
And some people don't ask the questions because they don't want other side to look at them like, oh, are you stupid? You didn't understand what I said the first time. And it's nothing wrong. Even if this other side will think this way, it's just showing who they are, not you.
Yeah.
And it's showing that you care. Because in many conversations, I see people just don't listen. That's one thing what we listen and one thing what we hear. And many people is like, many times, honestly, when I had salespeople calling me, I'm like, oh, you even didn't listen. I said you what I want, because most people say what they want, and they wanted to sell. They hear it, but they didn't listen. So I would say listen, learn it. It's not which all of us have actually straight away. Most people need to learn it. And I said, even on my courses, I said, if you in a second think what you need to make for dinner, you're not listening anymore. So you need to put back yourself. And that's normal. Like in most conversations, we are like that. I catch myself on this. When someone is talking to me something, I'm like, what I needed to do today? Like you just, your head is somewhere around because it's so many information today. It's not easy to listen, but leaders should really focus on listening, because when they listen, they will know most. Like they will know what their customers want, they will know what their employees want, and they will know what's going on around. And the second, it's questioning. Don't be afraid, because if you don't understand something, there is nothing wrong about. And we are just humans, and we can make mistakes, and it's normal, and we can ask the questions wherever we feel we should ask the questions. So I think the big thing which I had, if I don't understand, I'm keeping asking the questions. And it could be really annoying for some people, but I want to understand some concept fully, not just what I think. Because another thing, we operate through our assumptions, not facts. So operate by facts. What they said, if it's ABC, they said ABC. And that's, I said, mostly times it's for women, in women relationships, like man said something and you overthink this. Oh my God, you just such a big story. And I really love it. It's one of my favorite topics. You like overthinking it. And it was just one simple message, not related to anything else. So I would say these three things: listen, ask question, and focus on facts, not on your assumptions, because you are not in other person's head.
Yeah, I love that. How what type of who do you like? Who do you work with? Who do you work with in terms of communication?
But you mean like specific person, or
no, in terms of groups? Do you work with leaders? You talked about relationships and stuff like that. Have you got like an ideal client, or?
This time I don't. I know like all entrepreneurs would be like, oh my God, how she can do it. Like I don't. I had it before. I had really specific clients for my coaching business, but this time I've decided not to put my specific audience. I think I focus not like it needs to be, I don't know, man between this and this age. I'm focused more on the things which people are looking for. So someone who is really keen to develop like communication, who got a problem with, I don't know, that other person don't listen to them, who got a problem with leadership when they speak, because that's another part of the communication. The person who got trouble when there are difficult conversations on their way, or who needs to go through some certain persuasion tactics which they are not, like they are afraid of using. So generally for these people who wants to get more awareness of communication, I think in this stage, I don't want to articulate one group, because I see now after these few months which kind of group I'm attracting as a person with the content which I'm creating. But I just don't want to share it officially. Okay, this is that group. So if you're not in this bracket, goodbye, ciao. So I just don't want to do it, because I don't feel this is the right thing. I think like I'm always sharing which my product develop which problem. So if you got one of these problems, there where you go. Mostly problems are based on confidence, which I'm like the products which are there out from me now. they are mostly for people who got problem with confidence when they are in a conversation. Because apparently that was the biggest. When I did my research before creating any first product, that was the biggest one. So people were afraid, especially when they did some public speaking, and they were aware. I've done it before when they, I don't know, needed to do some presentations at work, because apparently that's one of the biggest, when people get paralyzed and they cannot move. So I would say that's my group. So if you are one of the person who got plenty of this kind of presentations, or you need to deliver some hard messages, or you don't know how to go out from difficult conversation, or if you need to give some difficult message to another person, that's kind of my group now. That's where I am, where I'm coming and saying hello.
Do you have any kind of habits when it comes to public speaking that really work well for you?
I got one, and it's really weird, but I can share it. It's really weird. Before I go out, I got this always for me, when the first step when you're on the stage, that's done, you cannot run away. So I always talk to myself, because before you are going, people don't see it. Because I'm online, people don't see these daily struggles, or before you are going out to the stage, they don't see it. But in your head, before you go out to people, it's a lot of really rubbish thoughts, a lot, you are not good enough, and I have them as well. So it took me quite a lot to make sure I work with them, and I can still handle them, and I can still go and do my first step on the stage. So I'm feeling every time I'm saying it's like going out from the water, like you are swimming and you just go out from the water, and I take big breath, I do the first step, and that's it, that's done. That's my kind of habit. Every time I'm doing this, even if I don't have nothing to cover me, I'm still doing this weird move. I know it looks sometimes funny, but this is my way how I'm going out. And as soon as I'm out, that's it, I'm 100% there. I love to ask questions. I love to go inside audience and ask the questions. I truly love it. I like to dig deeper. If someone is saying something, I like to dig deeper and deeper, because that's when you got this engagement from both sides. And I'm fully there. I'm literally exhausted after every speech, because I give so much energy out there that I'm so exhausted afterwards. So, but the feeling afterwards, I'm tired, but the fulfillment which you have inside, it just, wow.
What gives you confidence?
What gives me confidence? Oh my God, that's, I think at this stage now, it's just who I am. I understand who I am now. Before, I was looking confidence in myself, reflecting in others people's eyes. And that's something worth to say, especially when you are online, when you're on Instagram, Facebook, and you see this all perfect lives, and you count your likes and your followers. Just don't. It's leading you to nowhere. And I had few crash through myself, and a few dark moments, saying, okay, I'm not good enough. But in the end of the day, I'm always trying to keep as well the list what I've achieved, because they still till today, when you feel like that small, and you feel like your confidence you left in another country and you just don't know what to do with you. So I'm opening my little notebook, saying, okay, you've done so much, you are, and I had my values as well. I got my strengths, weaknesses there. So I'm fully aware of this, who I am, and what needs to be changed, what's all right. And that's it. I'm not looking any more confirmation in other people, because it's really not worth it. Because in the end of the day, you wake up with yourself. You need to look yourself in the mirror, and nobody else will do it for you. And I think that I met haters online. When people are online, they think they can do everything. So I get this time when I got quite strong hating on myself, without any particular reason. It's just people truly they hate because they hate. And
how do you deal with that?
How do I deal? Oh, I had few stages, that's really interesting. I had really few stages. So the first stage was I was really angry, and I was really frustrated. How the hell you can, I'm putting all my life out there, and you just think you can walk and just destroy everything, you know? So that was my first reaction. Later, second reaction was crying,
Yeah.
which is a bit like, oh my God, really? I was crying, you know, I was nervous, I was like still angry, but emotional. So that was second stage. I think now I'm in the part, like, sometimes I get still getting angry when they are really nasty comments. And when someone is touching myself now, I'm like, okay, whatever. But when they're touching my family, my close friends, this is not right thing to do, and I don't need to agree for it. And I said, I'm never gonna agree for haters, because there is no right to give another person to behave this way. It's not fair, and I think all of us, if you hear and you like go through it, don't agree for it, because there is so many ways which we can handle it. So what I'm doing, I'm not doing this now. I done it before, and it kind of worked. So when I got this lovely hater on my, for example, Instagram, I share the message and I say, like, this is the lovely hater. I put the nickname. I put sometimes name and surname because you can find it. And I say, like, share some love with this person because it's random hater. And people got really like, why?
Yeah.
But I've done it because you are not like, we can find out who you are. As you can see who I am. We can. It's working both sides. And as well, now I think I'm in the stage, it really depends which kind of hate it is. Most of the times I just try to ignore it. I'm not, sometimes if the comments are really bad, I just report them to Instagram, Facebook, or wherever they are.
Yeah.
And if someone is sending me, sometimes I got really nasty messages as well. So this messages, if I feel it's some danger there, and other ways are there as well, like more legal side. So,
in terms of the more positive side of social media, you've obviously developed a huge following. You know, tell me a little bit about that. You know, there'll be so many people out there that just think, oh, you know, I don't know, whatever they'll say about, you know, you found an audience, or you were lucky, you got lucky, or something like that.
Yeah, we all lucky, are we?
Yeah,
we are
absolutely.
so lucky.
Give us some insight into what it really takes to build a huge social media following.
So, plenty of time. People don't see it, you just see nice picture. But even right now, I did quite a lot of changes on my Instagram because of changing myself and changing a bit my brand. People come and go. That's one thing which I learned on social media, but this is plenty of time because you need to think about a picture, and it's not just all randomly, I will take picture here. No, it's all planning. So I got my pictures planned every single time. What's coming next? Where I need to go to take a picture. Sometimes it's some random picture arriving because, oh my God, I just lost the space. Let's take a picture here. But most of the times, me and my fiance, who is luckily my Instagram husband, he's taking pictures of me most of the times, and we go, and sometimes we need to wake up really early to not have other people on this picture, and just go somewhere, I don't know, around London to find few spots. So before it's looking for nice spots, later you go there, you take it. Later is editing part, which mostly I'm doing now, but I know he is really keen to take over it. so this, and later the content, and the content needs to be like, I don't say it's always like, sometimes I'm writing because I feel something at the moment, but I have most my post planned as well. I'm trying to keep it 2 weeks in advance because I'm not every day super creative and I can write amazing post. So I'm trying to keep it like 2 weeks in advance. So now I'm posting just once a day because I'm changing the branding and everything. So it's I know I lose so many people because of the announcement which I've done, coming from coaching to communication. It's okay, and they could do it, and that's fine. But before I post plenty of pictures. I know even on my on my Instagram it's like around 300 pictures, but it was much more. I'm just deleting these rubbish ones, you know, because with the time I'm learning how to take better pictures and that's all. And it's not just about pictures, it is about commenting to other people, getting I'm taking this as I'm getting to know other people. So if I like something on someone else's picture, I can even DM them and think, oh my God, your content is brilliant. Could you share more what you do? And, you know, I'm saying always I'm trying to make friends through Instagram, because later, even if you will not talk to these people again, because most of the time you will not, but sometimes I had the situations that I met someone on Instagram and we met in real life. We met on Instagram. We didn't met in real life yet, but I know it will happen soon. So, and when I'm traveling somewhere, it's good to like encourage, like to find people out there, because they can always show you the city. I get even few situations that I was walking in London and someone said, Nicole Termin. I'm like, it's weird because people start to recognize you as well, but it's in the same times nice because you meet these people in real life. And that's what all about, because I say, like, it's social media, it's social, so it's, let's be connected there, let's use communication, let's talk to each other, and let's appreciate others' work. Because I think the most struggle we people have is like they put out a picture and I think, okay, I put the picture, my job is done, now Instagram will work on it. Instagram will never work on it. Instagram is cutting my engagement so strongly now, which, okay, fair enough, fine, I will find my ways to like get interested people which I want to get interested still, and I will keep doing what I was doing, and that's it. But that's not the end of the world, that's beginning. Okay, you put the picture, you put something which is interesting. And just to let you know, my posts were not always like that. I would say even next year when I will check my feed from today, I will be like, oh my God, what I posted. This is like process. I remember my first pictures were black and white because I like at the stage black and white, and nobody else liked it apart me. And as well, like I had a lot of quotes which I like believed in, but it was plenty of quotes and just that's horrible. So like you will not see it again, but I got some print screen of this, so at some point I will share it as well. But I think it's just the process as well, learning your audience, because people they are with you because of something, and to understand why they are with you, because of the picture, because of the knowledge which you have. The hardest is to do because of the knowledge which you have, which it's so hard to do, and people stay and go, and that's normal. It's changing every day. One day you can get like 50 followers a day, another you can have nothing. And like, I'm not super pro Instagram. I think people are more in that than I am. I'm just doing this because I like it. I like Instagram. I don't like that much Facebook. You don't see me that more often on Facebook. But I just enjoy Instagram. It's just good for fun, like I meet fun people. I like nice pictures. So just what you enjoy. Choose the platform which you enjoy. I enjoy now. I enjoy YouTube. I'm doing some YouTube videos which I didn't do such a long time. So now I'm just on YouTube because I enjoy doing videos. Why not?
Go where you love. Yeah, absolutely. And I guess when you sit there this time next year and you look back, you'll have been always better than yesterday. And I'm just really curious to know what being always better than yesterday means to you.
I think it's your daily work on yourself. Like for me, I try everyday live. Like I got this statement. I know I got two really things which are so weird for other people. So on my phone, I know where is my phone. I got counter where I can die, and I see it every single day. It's weird. People are like, why are you doing it? It's just to realize that this day can be the last one, and I don't want to live this day as, okay, next one, like people live for weekends, for holidays, for Christmas and New Year's. And when we start, like now it's like 6th of January, you think, oh, New Year, new me, that's my favorite one. It's like for next 2 weeks. See you in 3 weeks. So I just like to remind myself that, the day which you can have given, it could finish now. And if you will reflect from last few years, will you say that you are a better person today if you've done?
It was all going so well. Facebook, what are you doing to me? This is the third Always Better Than Yesterday interview session that has crashed. Let's get Nicole back on.
Hello.
There we go.
Surprise.
That is the third time this has happened. I'm very sorry about that.
Is it? I don't know, maybe they have time limits or something. Let me share this on mine.
I'm starting to get suspicious of Facebook and their time limits. Yeah, so you were in the middle of telling me about being always better than yesterday. And I'll tell you why I was looking down whilst you were talking, is because you talked about the timer. And I had this one little tool, which is like a life calendar. And you basically, it's got little blocks. I can't find it. But it's got little blocks for every week of your life if you live up to like 100, and then you colour it in. And what you're left with is a visual representation of like a third of your life. Like for me personally, I'm 31, so like it's 31 lines worth of things covered. It's a stark reminder to say life's short. Life's short. Start living. Do what you love.
Exactly. So I know when I say this to people, they're like, "What you have? You want to die?" No, it's not that I want to die. It's just
Yes, you want
that
to
you
live.
remind, yeah, you want to
Mm,
live and you want to live full of your life. So that's kind of thing which I have. So that's one thing. I said I have two things, but I forgot about second one now because I was like of this all uh,
yeah.
things what's going on here. So yeah, that's. I think it's just daily reminders, and I set every goal. Like every morning, I have my
Hmm.
little notebook. It's not with me now, but I got it next to my bed. So every morning when I wake up, I set goal for the day,
Yep.
and it could be something small, like I don't know, go to the gym. That's kind of big thing for me, but for some people will be like, go to the gym, how it could be daily goal. For me it is daily goal. I'm not like first person at the gym, let's say. I'm not opening this place.
Yep.
So it's always something small. I don't know, record new video, I don't know, do your groceries, something like that you've achieved something during this
Yep.
day. So this, and definitely for this year, another one is to share your feelings with other people. So
Mm,
say more times that you love someone, because we don't tend to do it on daily basis, not many people. So that's something which is kind of in my feeling that it will leave the world better when I really disappear.
yeah, I
So
love
it's just
that.
all little things, and of course, like after a year reflection of your life, or
Hmm.
where were you last year? I like to sit someone sometimes with someone, and just we discuss when we were like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and the
Yeah.
same time of the year, and even if you could remember what you've done. So this is all these little things which helps you to realize that you are always better than yesterday.
Yeah, love that. Where can our audience find more about you, more of your content, more of your courses? Where can they head?
So you can find me on Instagram. It's Nicole Termin. You can find me as well on Facebook. I will be more on Facebook. I promise. I said so many times I will be more on Facebook. If you want to see more visual stuff with me, more videos and this kind of stuff, it's
Yeah.
definitely YouTube. I can invite you as well for my website, but my website is so quiet for now because I have reasons. So you can still visit my website. You can find there a bit of my story, my backgrounds, and my inspirations why I do
Hmm.
something. And the biggest project for me for next few months is courses online. So I've launched
Hmm.
already two courses online. One is about general communication and
Yeah.
general, like the first few tips, what you need to do about
Yeah.
communication, how you can handle it. And the second is about difficult conversation, which I've mentioned
Mm,
so many times today, but it's something which is really close to my heart because I work on this over the last few weeks.
yeah.
So this and next one is coming in the end of this month. So I'm working. I will not share exactly what I'm working on, but you will find out in around 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And the all courses they are linked on my all social media, but they are as well they are on external website which I'm not owning, which is Udemy,
Hmm.
the website for courses. So you can find everything there. And I think for this audience, I can give some nice codes as well, if you agree, Ryan.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah,
so
yeah.
we can
Fire away.
later link down it here and just give you the codes if you really want it for
Absolutely.
first few people.
I'm sure if communication is something you're after in your life, then you'd have to look no further than Nicole. So, by all means,
Thank
push our faces right now. Make sure that you subscribe to Nicole's page or connect or reach out in any way possible. Definitely head over to Instagram. Should we share the links in the comments in here, and so that
Yeah.
people can?
Yeah, I will share them when we finish. I don't want to crash my phone now or do something
Yeah, yeah,
else
yeah.
weird here. So I will share them as soon as we finish. I will just put them all here. And I will share this as well I shared it on my profile, so it will be all linked on the top. I don't know if some people got some questions here. Well, I think it was on previous live, so I don't know
Yeah.
if we did answer them or not.
So my friend Jonathan Darling is ready to connect already, which is great. He's a great
Brilliant,
leadership
thank
speaker.
you.
Yeah. So if you guys, if you've got any questions, then drop them in now. If they are a little bit slow, then we shall jump back in and answer them at some point if that's cool with you.
That's fine,
Great
yeah.
interview. Thanks for sharing. Wise. Got a bit deep at some point. Fantastic. And yeah, what would you leave the viewers, watchers, listeners with a final thought from yourself?
So just to I would just go for general one because it's beginning of the year and we can have all fresh page. So I just want to tell you for this year that it's time to work on this what you really want. And instead of being better than yesterday, it's being better than yesterday in this what you love. And I always say, if I could find it and I can do what I love, everybody can do it. I know it's like just really general and tough message. Everybody say you can do what you want, what you believe. But this is true. It's gonna cost you a price. It's gonna cost you hell big price. But in the end of the day, you will wake up with a smile on your face. And I think that's the most important, because we have just one life and you don't know when it's your last day, which I wish it never happened, but you never know. So this, and just be mindful about your communication with other people, because every single person is different and every single person can understand different things by the same words. So just something little communication for this 2019.
Love that. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a fascinating talk. I've really enjoyed getting to know you better. I hope that will continue throughout the rest of the year. And I hope that many of our viewers, watchers, listeners connect with you and get some great value from what you've got to share with the world. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great week.
I'm really thankful. So I just want to say I'm really, really thankful for all you who attend here and for inviting me. It was such a great fun. And I didn't do like Facebook Live such a long time. So it's so good to be back here.
Good. We'll see you doing another one soon then.
Yeah, with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be ready.
Always got time for you. Thank you, Nicole.
Brilliant.
I appreciate
Thank you.
And for everyone that's tuned in, I hope that you've had some form of value out of this. It will be turned into a podcast within a week or so. So ready for you to take on your travels, to watch, to listen to as you go. So have a great rest of your year. First one of 2019. I hope it's been a good one. Much love. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.